Warning, the following video contains instances of extreme violence. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi guys, and many thanks for joining me. So as you can see, voila, I finished my studio. Finally, I can say it's done. So if you are new to my channel, hi, I'm Kat and I like to talk about true crime, conspiracies and all sorts of related things. Please don't forget to make sure you hit the big red subscribe button below, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so you are the first one to know about any new videos I upload. If you are a returning subscriber, I would like to thank you all so much for the lovely comments I always read from you, and for the continuous support you are always showing me. Thank you so much. This is what keeps me and my channel going. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about the Hello Kitty murder. And I need to give you a warning from the get-go. This has got really explicit content and possibly triggering images for you, violent images and violent description. So if this is not something that you like to watch, please don't carry on watching this video. Before I get to the descriptive parts, I will leave another warning. However, throughout the video there will be triggering and really descriptive content on this. So if you don't like violence and you know, explicit torturing and stuff like that, please don't watch this video. Thank you so much. But before we get started, here is the disclaimer. I do not mean to be disrespectful to anyone I talk about in today's video. The video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The information I collect is from the internet. I compile this information, I make a video, and from this you guys are more than welcome to draw your own conclusions. Thank you. A fantasy, a childhood idol for so many of us, Hello Kitty is known and loved worldwide. From her cute pink bow to her yellow nose, we all had at some point imagined a Hello Kitty fairy tale. Fairy tales. I'm quite sure we all had at least one Hello Kitty toy or themed accessory. But what happens when our cute little childhood staple becomes this horrifying, dark nightmare story? Hold on a minute, I really don't think I ever had a Hello Kitty toy. That's weird. But I really just couldn't help myself, and so now I do. Ta-da! This is my Hello Kitty toy. It does look a bit terrifying, but I really don't know why did I buy exactly this type. I guess, you know, I just found the first one on Amazon and I just bought it. So yeah, this is my Hello Kitty. She seems a bit scary. It turns out this is actually a collectible. I have no idea. Okay, enough with my Hello Kitty toy. Now we need to carry on. I'll tell you what happens. You'll never look at Hello Kitty the same way again. This is the real story of Chan Man-Yee. Born in 1975, Fan had a troubled life growing up. She was abandoned by her family while she was only a child, and she ended up living at Ma Tau Wai girls' home, which was sort of an orphanage, a refuge for girls, but apparently this was also a detention center. Fan became addicted to drugs at quite a young age. She was around 16, and to pay for her addiction habits, she would prostitute herself in brothels and nightclubs. In 1996, Fan married and she gave birth to a son. She almost touched happiness, but her relationship wasn't the best. Both her and her husband were drug addicts, and the neighbors often complained of hearing domestic abuse in the house. In 1997, 23-year-old Fan met 34-year-old Chan Man Yok at the Romance Villa in Kowloon, one of the brothels that she worked at. Chan was a known drug lord, gang affiliate and a triad leader. Now, we have to remember, in the 1990s, Hong Kong was filled with gang violence, and triad members would often hang out at brothels. Not long after Chan meets Fan, he begins paying for long hour sex sessions and drug binges. In early March 1999, during one of these drug binges, Fan allegedly steals Chan's wallet, containing $2,560. It seems Fan did this to buy more drugs. Fan had all the intentions to pay Chan back, of course, and proudly she did. She earned those money back from her prostitution and paid her debt to Chan, including interest. But Chan was not happy at all. He wanted to teach her a lesson. No one steals from Chan and gets away with it, right? He felt her payment was just not enough. Typical of drug lords, really, if you think about it. So, Chan orders for her abduction by two triad members, Shing-Cho and Wai-lun. The plan was they abduct her and use her for prostitution until she repays the debts. Chan Man Yok owned an apartment which he kept for drug-related business. So basically, Chan would turn his apartment into a mini brothel where he would be selling Fan's services so she can repay her debt. Strangely enough, this apartment was filled with Hello Kitty memorabilia. Soft toys, wall decorations, curtains, bed covers, ornaments, you name it, I think it was there. In a sense, it really did feel like someone was quite obsessed with Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty. Was it a genuine collector's passion, or was it just a cover to hide something not so innocent? Or was that apartment decorated in such a manner to appeal to girls, teenagers? Or was it for onlookers not to suspect shady business going on there? I guess we will never know, honestly. In May 1999, a 13-year-old girl, only known as A Fong, walks into the Tsim Sha Tsui police station in Hong Kong and tells police officers an incredible and unbelievable story. Fong says for the past few nights she was being haunted by the ghost of a young woman, and this woman was being tortured in a nearby apartment in unimaginable ways. At first, the police don't believe her, so they really try to brush it off, blaming, teenage drama or perhaps drug hallucinations or whatnot. It seems that Fong was also known to be associated with gang members after running away from home. But what Fong says next is what gets the attention of the police. She says she had a part for nearly a month in torturing the young woman. Regardless if the police believed Fong or not, they followed her to the apartment she mentioned. Now, before I carry on with the rest of the video, towards the end of my video, I will also give you my opinion on Fong's haunting story, because somehow I just don't buy it, okay? Okay, let's move on. So guys, I'm going to give you a last warning. This is where it starts getting really deep in explanation and description. So please, if you are triggered by violent images or violent descriptions, please, if you are already watching this video, this is the time for you to leave and stop watching the video. Thank you so much. And for everyone else, thank you for staying with me. Police believe Fong's story as soon as they go into apartment 31 on Granville Road in Kowloon. Before they even get through the doorway, police are hit with a putrid smell of rotting flesh. And guess who was this apartment's owner? None other than 34-year-old Chan Man Yok, the same drug lord and triad leader I just mentioned at the beginning of this video. It turns out the triad members and Chan kidnapped 23-year-old Man-Yee, took her to Chan's apartment. They started beating her until she lost consciousness, and they then realized they won't be able to prostitute her because of the beating and bruising, so obviously no one would find her appealing anymore. Because of boredom, fun, and constantly being on crystal methamphetamine, all three found joy in torturing Fan. The thing is though, remember A Fong, the girl who ran to the police saying she's being haunted? Well, Fong, as it turns out, was Chan's girlfriend. Although I'm not quite sure she was the girlfriend as such, I'm more inclined to believe Chan was prostituting her and also, of course, drugging her. I know that, a lot of people, when hearing this story, a lot of people have been asking, why is no one talking about her being 13-year-old and him being 34-year-old? Yes, she was underage, and yes, he was way, way over age and way, way older for her. But we have to remember this was the late 90s, or in those times, this kind of age differences and underage girls or underage boys having relationships was not so uncommon, and it wasn't so concerning as it is nowadays. The 13-year-old A Fong, who was there for most of the crimes, detailed for the courts what happened during an entire month. The man kept Fan Man-Yee alive and in and out of consciousness. First, Fong remembers the group tied her up, tied Fan up, took off her shoes, and using plastic straws, they began melting the plastic on Fan's feet, causing blistering. The men did this for several hours before they finally got bored with the straws. They then began holding the flame to her already blistered feet. Chili oil, vegetable oil infused with different chili peppers, was poured into her blisters, her wounds, and her eyes. Each night, when the gang slept, they would hang up their victim by her feet from a hook attached to the apartment ceiling. Okay, guys, we need to remember here as well that all these descriptions and all the torturing that this man did to Fan, the information was given to the police by Fong. So this is all the accounts we have from her. The man, they didn't really explain in detail what actually they have done to Fan. When the morning came, the man beat Fan with iron bars and a detached water pipe. They would again use the chili oil to maximize her pain. When Fan would drift out of consciousness, they would stop torturing her and play video games like nothing happened. 13-year-old A Fong told the court, and I quote, "They beat her all the time. They beat her when they were bored. They beat her for laughs." End of quote. High on crystal methamphetamine, the gang threw oyster sauce in her face and eyes, made her drink motor oil. They began urinating on her, in her mouth, and beating her senseless if she dared to spit it out. Fong also said, and I quote, "She was broken, and playing with her wasn't so much fun after that, but we carried on anyway. There wasn't anything else to do." End of quote. Fan was not being fed or given water. The 13-year-old tells police that once she defecated into a shoebox and forced Fan to eat it. In the evening of 15th of April 1999, Chen, his two associates, and Fong returned home from the arcade and clubs. They had some rest. They didn't really check on Fan straight away. However, when they woke up in the morning, they discovered she was cold to the touch and she was no longer breathing. Fan has sadly passed away. At that point, the whole group panicked because the police was raiding just another apartment one floor below for a rape investigation, which was not related to this, and they believed the police will soon come knocking on their door. So the group had to get rid of Fan's now deceased body. Chan Man Yok ordered the entire group to work together and dispose of Fan's body in what A Fong recalls, and I quote, "Now she must be destroyed." End of quote. They moved the body to the bathtub, and starting with the head, Chen began dismembering the body with a handsaw. Once Chen removed the head, he placed it in a pot of boiling water on the stove. The entire dismemberment took approximately 10 hours to complete. He ordered the other two men to remove the flesh from the bones and store the muscle tissue inside the fridge. Shing-Cho, who was now in charge of cooking the head, called A Fong to come help. However, she told detectives that her fear stopped her from looking inside the pot. That's when he told her to, and I quote, "pretend you're watching a television." End of quote. During the entire process, the group felt hungry. Obviously, they've been working so hard, so they felt hungry. So they placed a pot on the hob next to the boiling head and they began cooking noodles. The same spoon allegedly was used to stir the noodles and severed head as well. Oh my god. Only thinking of it, oh my god, it's just so disgusting. Oh, and it's just so horrifying. So you get the juices from the head mixed with the noodles which you eat afterwards. Oh my god. Oh, that's just, oh, I don't even want to think about it, really. The refrigerator contained teeth, muscle placed in Ziploc bags, and various internal organs. Some technical difficulties, guys. My camera kept sliding. So anyway, going back to it, you can see my face now. The refrigerator contained teeth, muscle placed in Ziploc bags, and various internal organs. Police recovered Fan's liver, intestines, lungs, and heart from the canopy, which belonged to a shop just below the apartment on May 26th. Inside the Hello Kitty mermaid doll was the skull, removed of all flesh, sewn inside the head of the Hello Kitty doll. Fearing the stench of rotting flesh, the group boiled the remains and disposed of them with the household waste. The court granted A Fong full immunity for her testimony against all three men. A Fong really is just a nickname given to her by the police, I believe, for protection and possibly because she was also underage. During a 6-week trial, all three men denied killing Fan, of course, but they did admit to preventing her from receiving a lawful burial. They were also trying to get out of the charges of torture by turning against each other and blaming each other for who played the lead role in the torturing. The defense team was nearly successful in convincing the jury that Fan died not of torture but a drug overdose, although Fan's husband testified that she stopped using drugs before having their son. The medical authorities could not determine the exact cause of Fan's death, so the jury refused to convict any of the three men with murder. They obviously couldn't because she was being dismembered, so they didn't really have all the pieces. In December 2000, they sentenced the three men to life in prison, with the possibility of parole in the year 2020. Sentencing the three men to life imprisonment, Justice Peter Engowan said, and I quote, "Never in Hong Kong in recent years has a court heard of such cruelty, depravity, callousness, brutality, violence, and viciousness." End of quote. I believe the Hello Kitty mermaid doll or soft toy was a limited edition doll. I remember I was reading about it somewhere. I just can't really seem to find more info on it, so please don't quote me on that. I might be wrong, but as far as I know, that particular doll was a limited edition. After the widespread publicity Fan's torture and death received in Hong Kong, no one wanted to buy or rent the apartment where she endured the horrific abuse. The flat sat empty for years, and eventually people decided they didn't want to live in any of the other apartments in the same building on Granville Road either. After purchasing the vacant apartment building, which many people believe to be haunted by the spirit of Fan, an investor demolished the building in 2012. Afterwards, a hotel was built on the same land. By some accounts, A Fong's age was 13 and by other accounts she was 14. However, I do believe that it's possible that at the time of the torturing and killing of Fan, she would have been 13. However, by the time she went to the police and by the time the men were arrested and trialed, she would have been 14. Okay, now comes the time when I will give you my honest opinion on A Fong's story, haunting story. But coffee time. I was actually thinking I really should have a cat straw. That would be so cute, isn't it? A cat straw. So tell me, guys, what do you think? Should I buy a cat straw? Should I not buy a cat straw? Let me know in the comments below. Your opinion is much appreciated. Thank you. So, as much as I understand that she was only a teenager, quite possibly terrified of what happened to Fan, she did participate in the torturing. Honestly, you can't say that she didn't know what she was doing or that she didn't know what she was doing was wrong. It's impossible. At 13 or 14 years old, I think you can very well make the difference between right and wrong. You can't tell me that she didn't know after defecating and feeding Fan with human waste, she didn't know it was wrong? I don't think so. I think that she came up with the story of haunting because the guilt of what she participated in was too much for her to bear. I think she wanted to say it all, but she was scared of the consequences of saying something to the police. Maybe she was terrified of being arrested as an accomplice, or maybe she was terrified of being killed by Chan and his associates. She had to find a way of revealing what she knows by saying she was being haunted. I believe she was also trying to bring closure to Fan's family, her husband and her son. And, she also wanted to feel better. We don't know much about Fan's son. It seems he was only 1 year old when Fan was murdered, so he would be now in his 20s. Apparently, he doesn't really know the whole story about what happened with his mom. He doesn't remember her either, but he does have a necklace of hers that he is wearing all the time. The publicity around the case resulted in the production and release of films that told the story. Both Human Pork Chop and There Is a Secret in My Soup were released in 2001. Bones Season 4 episode titled The Girl in the Mask is based on this case. Oh my god, I love Bones. I literally watched all the series and I actually binged on this. I just love Bones. There are also some mentions of the Hello Kitty satanic cult, and by some accounts, Chan, his associates, and Fong were members of the cult, hence all the Hello Kitty memorabilia in the house. It seems the police found burnt candles in a circle which are suggestive of some rituals. A lot of people also believe once a child has a Hello Kitty toy, being satanic, they would change their behavior completely and they would worship this doll. The story of how Hello Kitty came to be is that a mother or a father, depending on the version of the story or where you read about it, had a child and this child had cancer. The parent made a pact with the devil that if the child was cured, they would create a character in the devil's honor that would be adored worldwide. There are different variations, but they all boil down to the point that Hello Kitty is evil and that God-fearing people should stay away from any Hello Kitty products as they are affiliated with the devil and devil worship. Hello Kitty is on everything vendible really, from backpacks and coin purses to laptops and men's underwear. Her image has accompanied a lot of celebrities over the years, including Carmen Electra, Cameron Diaz, Britney Spears and Sarah Jessica Parker. A line of MasterCard debit cards featured a Hello Kitty design. And in November 2009, recording artist Lady Gaga dedicated an entire photo shoot to the famous little cat, appearing in a variety of outfits that sported Hello Kitty stuff, including a dress made of Hello Kitty dolls. The rumor about the cat being a tribute to the devil from a grateful parent whose child was spared from the cruel and inevitable fate of a life-ending illness appears to be a backlash against all the cuteness and wholesomeness that is Hello Kitty. The rumor gained its start from a 2008 email rendered in Spanish, which asserted that the frantic parents of a 12-year-old girl stricken with cancer of the mouth made a pact with the devil to bring to worldwide fame a character alluring to children in exchange for their daughter's return to health. The fatuous account asserts Kitty is a Chinese word which means demon, thus Hello Kitty means hello demon. That is, those who fall for the character's charms are welcoming the devil and all his minions into their hearts. The email also asserts that Hello Kitty's lack of a mouth stems from that fictitious 12-year-old girl's illness. The girl had cancer of the mouth, so the character created to spare her life lacks that feature. The sweet-faced little cat was created in 1974 by Sanrio, a Japanese company that designs and licenses branded characters, and she first appeared on a coin purse. The astonishing success of Hello Kitty can be attributed to Japan's kawaii aesthetic that worships all things cute, lovable, and adorable. Oh my god, honestly guys, kawaii even now is in fashion, is trending, and it's just amazing. I love everything kawaii. The second Hello Kitty myth, for example, that the character was invented to help with public acceptance of a controversial nuclear power plant in Japan, echoes a rumor that Cabbage Patch dolls were given their characteristic appearance in an effort to accustom people to the look of mutants following a nuclear war. Sanrio's website says that Hello Kitty lacks a mouth because, and I quote, "Hello Kitty speaks from her heart. She's Sanrio's ambassador to the world and isn't bound to any particular language." End of quote. Yokato, producer of the 30th anniversary Kitty exhibition in Tokyo, said in 2004, and I quote again, "She has no mouth and no expression, which enables people to assign their own interpretation, be it as a cute item or as something cool." And Sanrio spokesman Kazuhide Oneyama said in 1999, and I quote again, "Without the mouth, it is easier for the person looking at Hello Kitty to project their feelings onto the character. The person can be happy or sad together with Hello Kitty." In all honesty, I don't believe Hello Kitty is a satanic cult or anything to do with the devils, really. But, you know, this is my belief. People can have different beliefs and, you know, we are all free to do so. And with this, I will end today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the big red subscribe button below, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so you are the first one to know about any new videos I upload. If you like this video and you want to see more, please like and share with everyone you want. Thank you so much again for watching. Take care and stay safe. Oh yes, and happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye bye.